Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this third party figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the Doctor Wu Wingman figure. We're just going to be concentrating on this, what I believe to be is like an IDW sort of scanning version, because it's more like translucent plastic, of Cyclonus. We've already done a video of the shattered glass gold bugs. You can watch that separately. We're going to have a look at him in both of his modes. We're going to have a look at his accessories and how they look on him. We're going to compare him with another use of the mold, have a quick look at him with his box mate, and indeed do some comparisons with the Generation 1 original mold, and indeed one of the newer versions of his mold as well. So because Doctor Wu are a third-party company, they're not licensed by Hasbro or Takara because the figures transform, they can't use the proper names. On the back we've got some actual product shots there which look fantastic, and these are tiny little boxes. As you can see, they come packaged in this particular clamshell like this. I'm just going to move everything out of the way because I had trouble with them focusing on the last one. Before I do that though, very quickly I want to show you that they do come with instructions. I'm going to transform him to his robot mode, but I've also already uploaded a short with the transformation process of another one of his I suppose versions of him, to be honest. He comes with a collector's card which is also fantastic, you can see there, and then there's also the tech specs on the back. And again, this is just a direct copy of Takara figures when they were making Transformers in the 80s as well. Right then, here's the box he comes packaged in. He also has he comes in a little bag, but in all honesty I've took that off already just to speed the video up. Now look how good this looks. That looks beautiful. It is so small. To give you a sort of idea of how small he is, there's a Hot Wheels Bumblebee figure, and funnily enough, just because it's here, there's your Earthrise Optimus Prime. So you can see there just how small this this little figure is. And then I suppose just very quickly, I've got a Generation 1 Bumblebee here as well. So again, that's how small this figure is. It's translucent plastic by the looks of it. It looks great. And then the final comparison before I forget is the Generation 1 Self, which is huge. I've done the Generations versions in the other Cyclonus videos as well if you want to see them. I'm just trying to keep each video as different as possible. Right, let's see if I can remember this then. Let's get him into his robot mode. I probably forgot looking at this. Let's have a look. There's his feet. I'm sure this should pop up. The problem that you've got with these sometimes is because how small they are. Yeah, that is definitely hinges there. There we go. Because of how small they are, sometimes it's really difficult. There we go. Extend out the legs to get into, you know, the parts that you need to. Let's fold that back. Let's rotate the head around. Let's keep that down there. Let's flip the shoulders over, bring that down, shoulders over, bring that down, and fold these back. Correct the orientation of the bicep like so. Same on this side, and then the same there as well. Right, what I need to do now is drop this down and then zoom in because he is tiny. So there you go. There he is. He really is small. Look at that. And it definitely is some translucent purple plastic. The head will spin. It'll look around because it's on a little ball and socket. It won't look up and down, unfortunately. Arms will go up and down. You can sort of maneuver these if you want to get better range of motion. You can still take them all the way around as well, completely unrestricted. You've got a swivel at the bicep and the flexion because you can see a tiny little ball and socket in there. There is no waist swivel. The hips are ball and socket, so these will kick you out to give you the splits that way, to give you the splits this way. And you've got a knee bend, and you've even got ankle tilts and rock, which you can see there, which is pretty ridiculously impressive in honesty for a figure of this size. Now I've made a mistake because obviously for me to do some size comparisons that's Farak, which uses the Generations mold of Cyclonus. That is your Generation 1 version of Cyclonus. Let me lift this up a little bit again very quickly. That is your Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. What else have we got here? That's a Magic Square Soundwave. That's a Core Class Optimus Prime. And then funnily enough, I've got a New Age Optimus Prime here as well. So absolutely tiny compared to some of today's more modern and indeed obviously third-party figures. As I say, I really like these because they just remind me of the Takara WSTs, which I've already said, which again, I wish they would just go back to making them, within all honesty. Right, we're going to have to zoom back in. Let's drop this back down. And, oh, that's not locked in. Let's bring him to the front so we can see him and it actually focuses. Let's just drop it a teeny bit more again. Oh, sorry about this, but there we go. Right, here's his accessory. In fact, while I'm grabbing his accessories, there's his box mate, which is Shattered Glass Gold Bug. And then there's another gold bug there from another one of the box sets. There's loads of these. There's 4 different sets, all different colours. And there indeed is another Cyclonus as well. So while we can have a quick look at them while I open up the accessories. They did do an IDW version of this, which I've not got around to reviewing yet. So he comes with a spare head, which you can of course just pop his head off. And the detail on the head, if I can actually get it to focus, these things are too small. There you go, to focus. It's the detail on that is crazy. That is so small. And the accessories that he has are these brilliant swords. Now I'm imagining and hoping, because I've not done this yet obviously, that this will just fit over the top of his fist. I'm hoping so. I perhaps should have had a little go. Oh, brilliant, it does. Of this myself off camera. But that just about does that. There's just a little bit of an indent in the top of his fist. So if you push firmly enough, like this, he says. These are so small, guys. I'm struggling. You can see that I'm struggling, but I'm keeping rolling just in case this happens to you, because I know I sometimes get a lot of people saying that because I do everything, I suppose, real time, you know, nothing's planned, nothing's prepped, that you get a more, exactly that, you get a more realistic review. So apologies that it went out of focus a few times, but there you go. You can see that it wasn't the easiest to get in, but wow, how good does that look? And there's not much more to say about him, to be fair. It is just a nice small, I suppose it's this, as I say, it's either this generation's WST or this generation's Micromasters, but they're smaller. Well, he's a little bit bigger than this. That's an Earthrise Micromaster there. I'm going to leave it there though, guys, because I want you to let me know what you think in the comments. They're even smaller than Blockies. They're that good. Let me know what you think of them in the comments though. You can tell that I think highly of them. I want you to tell me what you think. Take care.